Hey guys, I stumbled across some really interesting information recently when I was trying to do a video project for Black Ops 2 Zombies Buried map. I had found out that this maze is really a maze in real life, and so is the gazebo where the Pack-a-Punch is, and also the mansion. I know there's all kinds of information about the ghost witch in the mansion and the location of Buried itself, but this maze and the gazebo are something entirely different. One time I was vacationing with my family and we had visited some botanical gardens in St. Louis, Missouri. The gardens date back to the Victorian era in the 1800s, and they were owned by a man named Henry Shaw. He was a wealthy businessman and one of the largest landholders in the city. Being as wealthy as he was, he traveled the world and was exposed to a lot of really fine gardens, and it inspired him to try and build the finest botanical garden in the world. So in the mid-1800s, he started to develop his land and actually build this botanical garden. Within this garden, he added a maze that was made out of hedges. Over the last couple of hundred years, this garden has been maintained and they've rebuilt the maze, and it is a replica of what he originally built, and it's called the Kaiser Memorial Maze. And the maze that exists in real life, this Kaiser Memorial Maze, is the exact maze that's in Buried. While I was working on this video project for Buried, I was working on some stuff for the maze, and I was looking up some pictures, and I had remembered that I had gone to St. Louis and gone to that hedge maze, and I was looking at it, I was like, this looks kind of familiar. And I have a map of the Buried, maze on my computer that I use for reference when I'm trying to get through it. And I compared the pictures, and yeah, it is the exact same layout and map of the maze. And I'll show you guys those comparison pictures in just a moment. In addition to the maze being an inspiration for this area on Buried, so is the Pack-a-Punch in that gazebo. The gazebo in real life is an observatory, and it exits the maze right where it does in Buried, and it's got a spiral staircase on the inside just like it does on Buried. When you look at the color and the shape of the gazebo that's in real life, you can see the inspiration that they got from it. Another thing that's similar is that there's a mansion in this area. So there's a mansion, then the maze, and then the gazebo. Here's an eagle-eye view of the real maze that's on the left, and then on the right, that is the Buried outline of the maze, and if you put it on top of it, you can see that it fits perfectly. Another thing that was similar from the real maze to the one on Buried are those doors that move around. The doors in the real maze are rounded at the top and like wooden gate doors, and that's exactly what the ones on Buried are. So there's no doubt in my mind that this is where they got the inspiration. Here's some footage of people running through the maze. They were having a Japanese festival, so that explains why that guy's dressed like that. And the hedges don't look very full right here, and that's because they've replanted a bunch of them and they just need time to, fill out. And here's some footage here of people running through the maze in first person, which I really like because it gives you a sense of like really being there, like if you're really in a zombie map, like running through it. So for those of you that are near St. Louis, absolutely try to get over here and visit this and send me pictures. I definitely want to go and check it out again now that I know what it is. But yeah, this absolutely blew my mind when I figured this out and saw all of this, so I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.